The night on Kellen 5 Colony was colder than usual. A sharp wind moved through the empty streets, carrying dust and the smell of old metal from the repair yards. Sam Walker finished his late shift and walked home slowly, stretching his tired shoulders. He was a simple human mechanic, quiet and calm, someone nobody really noticed. But tonight, something was waiting for him, something that would change his whole life. As Sam crossed the back alley behind the repair station, he heard a sound, very soft, very faint, like a cry that someone tried to hide. He stopped walking. Sound came again, 2 tiny whimpers, broken, weak, almost like the sound of kittens. Sam looked around. No one was in sight. The alley was dark, lit only by a flickering street lamp. The shadows looked heavy tonight. Then he heard it a third time. A soft, trembling voice. "Please, don't hurt us." Sam's heart tightened. He moved slowly toward the sound. Behind a big trash container, 2 small shapes were pressed against the cold wall. He knelt down carefully. 2 alien girls sat huddled together. One looked about 11 years old, the other maybe 5. Their clothes were torn. Their skin, pale blue with faint silver patterns, was dusty and bruised. The older girl wrapped her arms around the little one, trying to keep her warm. Both stared at Sam with wide, terrified eyes. The older one whispered again, "Please, don't hurt us." Sam raised his hand slowly to show he meant no harm. "Hey, I'm not here to hurt you," he said softly. "Are you 2 okay?" The younger girl shook her head fast. The little one's lips were cracked, and her eyes looked empty, almost lifeless. Sam saw the signs immediately. They hadn't eaten in days. "Have you 2 eaten anything today?" he asked gently. The older girl lowered her eyes. "Not today. Not yesterday." She swallowed hard. "We had food 3 days ago. A small piece of bread someone threw away." Sam felt a heavy weight in his chest. 2 kids, starving, hidden in the shadows. And the colony's people just walked past them. "What are your names?" he asked. The older girl hesitated. Her voice shook. "I'm Leary." She pointed to the little one. "And this is my sister, Mina." Mina didn't speak. She hid her face in Leary's shoulder, shaking from cold and fear. Sam looked at their thin arms, their trembling legs, their frightened eyes. These were not troublemakers. They were just children alone, freezing, hungry, and no one cared. Sam sighed gently. "Come," he said softly. "You can't stay out here. It's too cold." Leary flinched and pulled Mina closer. "No, people try to take us. They sell girls like us. If we go with you." Sam quickly shook his head. "Listen to me. I'm not like those people. I just want to help, just food. Just safety, nothing else." Leary studied him for a long moment. Her eyes were tired, but she saw something in Sam's face. Something honest. Something kind. Slowly, she nodded. Sam took off his jacket and wrapped it around them both. The girls gasped softly at the warmth. Mina held the jacket with her tiny hands like it was gold. Sam stood and offered his hand to Leary. She took it slowly, still shaking. Mina clung to her sister's leg as they followed Sam out of the alley. As they walked, Sam felt their steps, light, weak, like they could fall at any moment. When they reached his small home, Sam quickly opened the door and switched on the heater. The warm air filled the room. Leary stared around in shock. Mina hid behind her sister. Sam moved to the kitchen. "You 2 sit. I'll make something warm." He made soup, simple vegetable broth with soft bread. He placed the bowls in front of them. At first, they didn't move. They stared at the food as if it wasn't real. "Go on," Sam encouraged with a small smile. "It's for you." Leary lifted the spoon with shaking hands. She tasted a little. Her eyes widened. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Mina took one bite and instantly began to eat fast, almost too fast. Sam gently stopped her. "Slow down, sweetheart. You'll choke." Mina obeyed. tears running silently down her cheeks. Leary whispered, Why are you helping us? No one helps us. Sam shrugged softly. Because you're children, and you're hungry. That's enough reason. Leary stared at him like she couldn't believe anyone could be this kind. After the meal, Sam gave them blankets, a soft mattress, and let them sleep near the heater. Mina curled up right away, holding Sam's jacket tightly, but Leary stayed awake. She watched Sam from the mattress, her glowing eyes soft for the first time. In a tiny broken voice, she whispered, You saved us. Sam smiled gently. Get some sleep, Leary. She nodded, finally closing her eyes. The house became quiet, but outside, in the darkness, someone watched through the alley camera. A silhouette in a cloak stood still, reviewing the footage. Their voice was cold and deep. So, the human found them. A small light flashed on their wrist device. We report this to the others, immediately. Leary slept lightly, like someone who had spent years hiding in fear. Even in warmth, even in safety, her body stayed tense. Every small sound made her fingers tighten around the blanket. Mina slept deeply beside her, still holding Sam's jacket the way a frightened child holds a toy for comfort. Sam watched them from the kitchen doorway. For the first time in a long while, his small home did not feel quiet. It felt alive. But he didn't know that danger was already moving toward him. A strange presence outside around midnight. Sam heard a faint vibration near his window. Not a machine sound, not a vehicle, something lighter. A soft step on gravel. Sam's face tightened. He moved quietly to the window, peeking through the edge of the curtain. At the corner of the street, a tall cloaked figure stood too still, illuminated only by the weak glow of the street lamp. Sam blinked, but when he looked again, the figure was gone. He frowned. Probably nothing, he muttered. But his instincts, the same instincts that kept him alive in the colony, told him something wasn't right. I wakes up a few minutes later. Leary's eyes suddenly shot open. Her breathing quickened. Her blue skin glowed faintly with fear. She whispered sharply, Mina. Mina, wake up. Mina opened her eyes sleepily. What's wrong? Leary grabbed her hand. They found us. Someone is outside. Sam, hearing the panic in her voice, rushed to them. Hey, what's going on? Leary pointed at the window with trembling fingers. We're being followed. Someone has been searching for us for a long time. Bad people. They take children like us, and we never come back. Sam's stomach turned cold. Are you sure? He asked. Leary nodded, her voice filled with certainty. I felt eyes watching us before. But now they're here. Footsteps on the door at that moment. Thump. Thumped out heavy. Knocks crashed against the door. Mina jumped in fear. Sam motioned them to stay quiet and hid them behind the sofa. He moved to the door but didn't open it. Who is it? He asked. Calmly, although his heart raced. A cold voice answered. We're looking for 2 girls. Blue skin, silver marks. You may have seen them. Sam stayed silent. The voice repeated, sharper. Open the door, human. Sam took a long breath. He thought fast. These girls were terrified. Someone wanted them, but not for anything good. He couldn't hand them over. He forced his voice steady. I'm alone here. You have the wrong house. A heavy silence followed. Then clanked. Someone tried to unlock his door from the outside. Sam's eyes widened. Back door. Now he whispered to Leary and Mina. Leary grabbed Mina's hand, but Mina froze. No, they'll catch us. Sam knelt and looked into her eyes. Not if we stay together. I promise. Mina trembled, then nodded. The escape through the dark. Sam guided them quietly to the back of the house. He opened the emergency exit hatch he used for repairs. Go, quick. But behind them, crash. The front door finally broke open. Footsteps entered the house. Heavy. Searching. Angry. Sam pushed Leary and Mina through the back hatch. He followed, closing it behind him. They ran through the narrow service tunnel behind the house. The echoing footsteps grew louder above them. Leary whispered, "They won't stop. They will follow us everywhere." Sam's voice stayed calm. "Not tonight. Just hold my hand and run." The tunnel opened into an old maintenance shed at the far end of the alley. Sam shut the metal gate behind them and locked it. Mina gasped for air, tears running down her cheeks. Sam knelt again. "You're safe, both of you." But Leary shook her head slowly. "No. We can't stay with you. If they catch us, they will hurt you too." Sam wiped her tears with his sleeve. "I don't care about danger. You're kids. I'm not leaving you." Her eyes widened. It was the first time she felt someone choose her. The woman in the shadows. Suddenly, a new voice came from the darkness. "You should listen to the girl, human." Sam stood up instantly. A tall woman stepped out of the shadows inside the shed. She wore the same cloak Sam saw earlier on the street. How long had she been waiting there? Leary and Mina stared at her, fear turning to shock. "Auntie Kale," Leary whispered. The woman pulled back her hood. Her silver eyes glowed softly. She looked strong, dangerous. But she did not attack. "I've been watching," Kale said. "You protected them, you fed them, you risked your life." Sam stepped in front of the girls. "Who are you?" Kale raised a hand calmly. "I am their guardian, their protector. And now, the one who must take them away before those men return." Mina cried, "No, we don't want to leave." Kale's face softened painfully. "You must. Staying here will put the human in danger." Leary held Sam's arm tightly. Tears streamed down her face. "Thank you for saving us," she whispered. Kale placed a gentle hand on Leary's shoulder. "We will not forget this night." She looked at Sam. "Human, your kindness has been seen. One day, these girls will return. When they do, your life will be different." Sam didn't understand, but Leary and Mina hugged him one last time. Then Kale led them into the shadows. And they disappeared into the night. Sam stood alone, breathing hard, not knowing that this moment, this small kindness would echo across the stars. The next morning, Sam Walker woke up before the sun. The house felt painfully quiet. Too quiet. He looked at the blanket where Leary and Mina had slept just hours ago. The small indentations their bodies had left were still there. But the girls were gone. Only Sam remained. Heater hummed softly. The soup bowls from last night sat on the counter, still unwashed. Sam touched one of them gently, remembering Mina's tiny hands holding it. Shaken from hunger, he let out a slow breath. "They're safe now," he whispered to himself. "At least, I hope so." But deep inside, he worried he would never see them again. Days turned into weeks. Life continued. Sam went to work, fixed broken ship parts, cleaned engines, replaced worn-out panels. He came home, ate alone, slept alone. Every night, he would stop in the alley where he first found the girls. He would look at the shadows, half expecting to hear that soft whimper again. It never came. The colony slowly returned to normal. People rushed past each other with the same tired faces. No one spoke of two orphan alien girls. It was as if they had never existed. But Sam remembered. He washed their bowls and placed them on a small shelf. Two simple bowls, but to him, they felt like memories carved in stone. He made sure they stayed clean, untouched. Just in case they ever returned. Months pass. And Sam changes. Leary's last words echoed in his mind. "One day we will return." At first, Sam waited with hope, then with worry, then with a quiet sadness he tried to hide from himself. Sometimes he dreamed of the night they left, Mina hugging him tightly, her tiny voice crying, "Don't let us go." Leary, looking back at him with eyes full of pain and promise, would wake up from the dream sweaty, breathing hard. But life kept moving forward. He fixed more ships. He learned new repair techniques. People in the colony started calling him the quiet human, the one who never complained and always helped. But Sam rarely smiled. He always felt like he lost something precious, even though he only knew the girls for one night. Year after year, time flowed like cold water. 1 year passed. Sam still checked the alley. 3 years passed. The bowls stayed untouched. 5 years passed. Sam had almost convinced himself the girls found a safe home. 7 years passed. He stopped checking the alley daily, but still paused there sometimes, out of habit, out of longing. People around him aged, changed, moved away. Sam didn't change much outwardly, but inside he carried a quiet loneliness. He'd sit outside on cold nights, look up at the stars, and wonder what Leary and Mina were doing. Were they alive? Did they remember him? Did they have enough to eat? Were they loved? These thoughts lived in his mind like silent shadows. The 10th year arrived without warning. Sam was older now. His hair had a few gray strands. His hands were rougher from years of engine work. His back ached more than before, but his heart? Still the same. Still waiting for something he didn't dare expect anymore. One cold evening, he returned from work to his small, quiet home. The heater hummed its familiar song. He placed his tools down and walked to the shelf. 2 clean bowls. 10 years old now. Still untouched. Sam ran his thumb over their edges. "I hope you girls are safe," he whispered. He was about to turn away when something strange happened. The lights in his house flickered, not from a power surge, not from a storm. No, this flicker felt like something outside was affecting the entire power grid. Sam went to the window slowly. The sky above the colony was glowing, not white, not yellow, but silver blue, the same soft colors that shimmered on Leary and Mina's skin. Sam's heart hammered. What is that?" A deep hum shook the ground. People rushed out of their homes, pointing up, shouting in shock. And Sam saw it. A massive ship descending from the sky. But not like the military ships he had seen. This one looked elegant, beautiful, shining like polished crystal and metal. A luxury alien spacecraft, larger than any building in the colony. Its engines glowed like stars. Its hull was carved with royal patterns Sam had never seen before. The ship stopped above Sam's tiny house. The entire neighborhood went silent. Even the wind seemed to pause. Sam stepped outside slowly, almost afraid the scene would vanish if he blinked. His breath froze in his chest. A soft, feminine voice echoed from the ship's speakers, calm, regal, and strangely familiar. "Samuel Walker, after 10 years, we have come." Every hair on Sam's body stood up. He knew that voice. He would never forget it. It was Leary, the orphan girl he had fed once. The girl who promised to return. And now she had, not as a starving child, but in a ship fit for royalty. Sam stared upward, trembling, unable to process the moment. The quiet man who lived alone for 10 years was about to meet someone who never forgot him, someone who crossed the stars for him. The ground vibrated as the giant luxury starship hovered above Sam's small home. Its shining hull reflected the colony's dusty streets like a perfect mirror. The entire sky glowed silver blue, turning night into something unreal, something too beautiful to belong to this world. People rushed outside, shielding their eyes. What kind of ship is that? Is it military? No, look at that design. It's royal. Why is it here? Who are they here for? Sam Walker stood frozen at the center of the chaos, staring up as if the sky itself had opened. He whispered the words he could barely believe. "Leary?" The descent, a deep, harmonic hum filled the air. A circular hatch on the bottom of the ship split open, releasing a soft waterfall of glowing mist. A golden ramp extended downward, touching ground with silent perfection. The crowd gasped. This wasn't technology built for war. It was built for power, for status, for royalty. Sam's heart pounded like a drum in his chest. Why would a ship like this stop for him? He stepped back instinctively. This couldn't be real, but it was. The royal guard arrives from the glowing ramp. 12 armored figures marched out in perfect formation. Each stood over 7 feet tall, helmets carved with sharp silver patterns, armor glowing faintly with blue energy. Colony soldiers arrived seconds later, but instantly froze. They recognized the symbols on the armor: Imperial crest of the Verithi Star Kingdom, the most powerful alien empire within 5 sectors, and their elite guards were here. On a poor colony, landing at Sam's house. No one spoke. No one breathed. Sam swallowed hard. What is happening? The first glimpse, a tall royal guard stepped aside. From the mist, a slim figure appeared, long silhouette, elegant. Her armor was lighter, shaped perfectly to her body, glowing with royal blue lines. She walked down the ramp like a commander. Returning from victory. She removed her helmet, and Sam's heart nearly stopped. Older, stronger, beautiful in a way that made the crowd silent. Her silver markings glowed faintly under the ship's lights. Her blue skin shone like polished crystal. 10 years had transformed the scared little girl into someone powerful, someone respected, someone royal. But her eyes were the same soft glow he remembered from the night she cried in his arms. Leary scanned the crowd only once. Her gaze locked onto Sam immediately, and she smiled, a real, bright, emotional smile that broke all the tension in the air. "There you are," she whispered, even though he stood far away. The younger one returns. Another figure stepped out behind her, shorter, but radiant, like starlight wrapped in human form. Mina, the tiny child he had once covered in a warm jacket. Now she stood tall, wearing a flowing silver cloak and a soft blue gown with gold embroidery. Her eyes shimmered brightly when she saw Sam. She ran down the ramp, fast, emotion overflowing. "Sam!" she cried, voice shaking. Before the guards could stop her, she sprinted toward him and threw herself around him with surprising strength. Sam staggered, stunned, placing his hands carefully on her shoulders. "Mina, is it really you?" She nodded rapidly, tears already falling. "You fed us when we had nothing. You saved our lives. I thought about you every night for 10 years. Sam felt his throat tighten. Mina clung to him like a child to a long-lost parent. Liri approaches Sam, lifted his head as Leary walked toward them, slow, calm, elegant. The crowd parted for her like the sea. When she reached him, she removed her gloves and gently touched Sam's face. He froze. "You haven't changed," she said softly. "Still the same Sam Walker." Sam shook his head in disbelief. "Leary, you're royalty now." Her lips curved. "I always was." She glanced at the crowd. "But I only became someone stronger because of you." Sam blinked. "Why me?" Leary took a deep breath. "Because you fed 2 useless, starving girls when everyone else ignored us. Because you risked your life for us. Because you treated us like we mattered." She stepped back and bowed her head deeply, a gesture no royal ever gave to a simple human. "Today we bow to you." Gasps erupted across the crowd. No one had ever seen a royal kneel before a human, but Leary did. And then every guard behind her knelt too. Their metal armor hit the ground in one synchronized motion. Sam's knees felt weak. This is too much," he whispered. Leary's voice trembled with emotion. "No, this is what you deserve." The invitation. Leary extended her hand. "Sam Walker, after 10 years we have returned to take you with us." Sam stared at her, stunned. To take me where?" She smiled with a mix of pride and affection. "To the Verithi Royal Palace." She glanced at the ship behind her. "To the place we now rule." She leaned closer. "And to thee. Life you earned without knowing it." Mina squeezed Sam's hand. "Please come. We came across the stars for you." Sam stood between the two girls he once saved, now powerful, royal, and glowing with hope that his quiet life on the dusty colony was ending. Something new, something unimaginable, was beginning. The entire colony stood frozen. Some recorded with shaky hands. Others simply stared in disbelief at the two royal alien sisters embracing a poor, dusty human mechanic like he was the most important person in the galaxy. Sam Walker did not move. Mina's arms were wrapped around him tightly. Leary stood close too. Close for any guard to interfere. 12 royal soldiers still knelt behind her, heads bowed. And Sam? He couldn't form words. He never imagined his simple kindness 10 years ago would bring a starship to his door. Royal authority arrives. A sharp metallic sound echoed. One of the kneeling guards rose and spoke loudly. "Princess Leary, Princess Mina, your presence here violates diplomatic protocol. We must leave this human colony immediately." Leary didn't even look at him. Instead, she stepped closer to Sam, her eyes soft and shining. Her voice lowered, gentle, but carrying the power of a queen. "Sam, look at me." Slowly he did. She took his hands in hers, hands that were once small and frightened, now strong and steady. "We traveled across 4 star systems to stand here in front of you. Not as helpless orphans, but as rulers of our people." Sam shook his head slowly. "Why? I only gave you food, a warm bed. Anybody would have helped." Mina grabbed his arm, shaking her head fiercely. "No, no one helped. Hundreds passed us. Hundreds ignored us. Even adults turned their faces away." Her voice cracked with emotion. "But you, a stranger, a poor human, stopped for us, fed us, protected us. You risked your life without asking anything." Her eyes brightened with tears. "Do you know what that means in our culture? Do you know what you did for us?" Sam swallowed hard. "No." Leary stepped forward. "You became part of our bloodline." The crowd gasped. Sam blinked in shock. I what?" The truth of their identity. Leary turned to the people watching. 10 years ago, we were not lost civilians. We were the hidden heirs of the Varathi royal line. A political war forced us to flee. We had no soldiers, no allies, no family. She looked back at Sam. Double quotes. "And in that darkness, you were the only light." Sam felt the weight of her words like a physical force. He remembered Leary trembling in his small home, Mina crying softly in his jacket, but he never imagined they were royalty. "And what about now?" he asked quietly. "Why return after so long?" Leary's expression turned firm, almost fierce. "Because royalty never forgets a debt of life." Her voice echoed through the colony. "By ancient law, the one who saves the heirs of the throne becomes forever part of the royal household." Sam stepped back in shock. "Royal household?" "Leary, I'm not a noble. I'm not even rich. I fix engines for a living." Mina laughed through her tears, soft, warm, familiar. "You fixed more than engines, Sam. You fixed our lives." "The offer at that." Leary raised her hand. A guard brought forward a silver case, long, narrow, glowing softly. When it opened, a golden bracelet rested inside. Not ordinary gold, royal metal infused with swirling blue energy. Everyone recognized it. Even Sam, who had only heard whispers of such things. A royal bond cuff. It wasn't jewelry. It was a symbol, a promise, a link, a declaration of belonging. Leary lifted it carefully. "In our empire, only one who is trusted beyond all limits receives this. It grants authority, protection, and equal standing to royalty." Sam stared at it, stunned. "You can't give me that. I'm just—" "You are not just anything," Leary interrupted softly. "You are the reason we are alive." Mina nodded eagerly. "And now, we want you with us. Not as a servant, not as a soldier. Not as a worker. Mina stepped forward, cupping Sam's hands, but as family. The word hit Sam like a punch of emotion. Family. He had lived alone for years, a quiet house, quiet nights, no wife, no children, no warmth except old memories. And now 2 royal women who owed him their lives. We're offering him a place with them. The crowd watches. People whispered around them. Is this real? A human becoming part of alien royalty? He saved them, and now they're honoring him. This is a legend in the making. Sam finally found his voice. What would I even do there? Leary smiled, a soft, warm smile only he ever saw. You will live with us. Travel with us, eat with us. You will have protection, respect, and a voice in our council. She paused. And you will never be alone again. Sam felt his chest tighten. 10 years of emptiness, replaced with 1 moment of overwhelming meaning. Mina squeezed his hand. Sam, please come. Leary extended the golden cuff. Will you join us, the girls you saved long ago? The entire colony held its breath. Sam looked at the 2 sisters, no longer orphans, no longer frightened. Now powerful, royal, and filled with love and gratitude for him. He exhaled slowly and reached for the cuff. When Sam's fingers touched the golden cuff, a soft blue light spread across its surface. The ground vibrated gently as if the ship itself reacted to his acceptance, but Leary didn't fasten it yet. Instead, she took Sam's hand and said quietly, Before I give this to you, you must know the full truth. The truth we could not tell you 10 years ago. Her voice, usually calm and controlled, carried a weight Sam had never heard before. Mina stepped closer too, her expression soft but serious. This is something only royal blood can share, she whispered. Sam nodded slowly. I'm listening. Hidden past. Leary breathed deeply and began. 10 years ago. We weren't just lost. We weren't just orphans. We were targets. Sam frowned. Targets? Why? The guards standing around them stiffened. Some lowered their eyes respectfully. Leary continued. Our father, the High Emperor of the Varithi Empire, was assassinated in a political coup. His loyal houses were destroyed. His allies betrayed. His enemies hunted us because we were the only heirs left. Mina added softly, They wanted to erase our bloodline. Forever. Sam felt cold inside. The memory of the thin, starving girls in the alley suddenly felt much heavier. Leary touched the silver patterns on her skin, the ones that had glowed faintly even as a child. These markings are not simple patterns. They are royal bloodlines. Anyone who sees them knows we are heirs. We had to hide them. We had to hide ourselves. Mina looked up at Sam. And on the night you found us? We had already escaped 2 assassination attempts. Sam's heart tightened. For children? Leary nodded. With no bodyguards left, no safe house, no food, no protection, we were waiting to die. Her voice cracked only slightly. And then you appeared. Sam learns what he truly did. Sam shook his head slowly, overwhelmed. But I didn't do anything special. I just gave you food, warmth, a place to rest. Leary stepped closer, eyes burning with emotion. In our empire, kindness is rare. A stranger taking in royal heirs, risking punishment, risking death, without knowing who they were, that is not ordinary. That is extraordinary. Mina gripped Sam's sleeve tightly. You saved us when even our own nobles wouldn't. You protected us even when you knew it could kill you. Sam exhaled shakily. I didn't know I was saving princesses. Leary smiled softly. That's why it means even more. The cloaked woman's secret. Sam remembered something. That woman. Kale. She called herself your guardian. What happened to her? Mina's eyes softened. Auntie Kale was the last loyal guardian left. She protected us that night and took us to a hidden fleet. She raised us in secret until we grew strong enough to reclaim our throne. Leary's jaw tightened. She died defending us. She made sure we lived long enough to return to you. Sam lowered his head in respect. I'm sorry. Leary placed a gentle hand over his. Her last words were, find the human. He's the key to your future. She believed in you. And so do we. How they became queens. Mina stepped back and spread her arms slightly. After years of training, we fought to reclaim our father's seat. We led rebellions, negotiated alliances, restored order. Leary added, we won. We became rulers. Together. The way she said it carried strength, yet also loneliness. A loneliness Sam suddenly understood. You grew up too fast, he whispered. Leary nodded. We had to. Mina blinked away a tear. But even with all our power, something was missing. Sam looked at them confused. What was missing? They spoke the words together. You. Sam froze. Why they returned? Leary stepped closer, so close. Sam could see the tiny glow in her eyes. For years, we dreamed of the warm home where we felt safe. The one night where we knew kindness. You were our peace in darkness. Mina squeezed his hand gently. Every victory, every battle, every moment, we wished you were there. Leary continued, and when we finally restored our empire, we agreed on one thing. She looked straight into Sam's eyes. We will not rule without the man who gave us life when we had nothing. Sam's chest tightened with emotion. Me? But I'm not royal. I'm not trained. I'm just... Leary pressed a finger gently against his lips. You are not just anything. Mina nodded eagerly. You are the heart of our story. The truth of the cuff. Leary lifted the golden cuff again. This is not an award. This is not a decoration. Her voice deepened. By taking this, you become part of our royal house. Under our law, that means you live with us. You travel with us. You sit beside us in the palace. You are protected by the empire. And your voice becomes equal to ours. Sam stared at the glowing metal in shock. You're giving me a place in your dynasty? Leary nodded. Yes, a permanent one. Mina leaned against him softly. We don't want a guard. We don't want a servant. We want family. Sam's breath shook. And if I refuse? Leary looked down, pain flickering across her face. Then we leave, but we will never be the same again. Mina whispered, don't make us lose you twice. The moment before the final decision, the entire colony was silent. Sam looked at the cuff, then at Leary, then at Mina. 10 years ago, he saved 2 starving girls. Now, they were offering him a place at the top of an empire. His hands trembled as he finally answered. The golden cuff floated between Sam and the 2 royal sisters. Glowing with a warm blue light, the crowd held its breath. The guards stayed absolutely still. Even the great ship above seemed to pause, waiting for Sam Walker's answer. 10 years. 10 lonely years. 10 years of remembering 2 starving children who vanished into the night. And now they were here, powerful, royal, alive because of him. Sam swallowed hard. Leary? Mina, I'm not sure I deserve something like this. Leary stepped forward, lifting his chin gently with her fingers. You don't earn kindness, Sam, you give it. And you gave it to us when we were nothing. Mina took his other hand. And now we want you with us, not because of law, but because of love. Sam's breath shook. He looked at the girls not as rulers, but as the children he once protected. He exhaled softly. All right, he whispered. I'll come with you. The cuff awakens. Leary didn't wait. She gently placed the golden cuff on Sam's wrist. The instant it clicked, a surge of blue energy burst upward like a column of light. The ground shook. The ship hummed deeply. Symbols lit up around Sam's arm, spreading across the cuff in elegant patterns. Every guard instantly dropped to one knee. Honor to the chosen. Honor to the guardian of the heirs. Sam stared, stunned. What just happened? Leary smiled softly. You bonded with the royal crest. Something even many nobles cannot do. Mina clapped her hands excitedly. It accepted you. It really accepted you. People in the crowd whispered. He bonded with royal metal? That's impossible for humans. This man, who is he? He must be someone special to them. Sam felt dizzy, but also warm. For the first time in a decade, he didn't feel alone. The final goodbye to his old life. Sam looked at his tiny home, old walls, broken heater, dusty tools. A life of quiet work and quiet nights. But Leary stepped beside him, following his gaze. You can keep your house if you want, she said gently. We can protect it. Sam shook his head slowly. No, it served me well. But my life isn't here anymore. Mina leaned her head against his shoulder. Your life is with us now. Sam smiled, small but real. Double cute, yes, with you. Walking toward Destina, Leary extended her hand toward the ship. Sam Walker, come with us. Sam took a deep breath. Then he stepped forward. The crowd moved aside quickly, creating a clear path. As he walked, civilians whispered, he saved their lives. He's becoming something important. They'll write songs about this. This is history. Leary and Mina walked beside him, one on each side, holding him like someone precious. The golden ramp shone brighter as they approached. With every step, the colony seemed to blur into memory. With every step, Sam felt a piece of his past fall away. With every step, the future called him closer. Entering the royal ship, when Sam stepped onto the ramp, he felt a soft pull, like the ship was greeting him. Inside, the air smelled of clean energy and something floral. The walls shimmered with flowing lights. Grand crystal panels lined the halls. Alien symbols danced across the floor with each footstep. Mina giggled. Do you like it? The ship is ours. Well, now it's yours too. Sam shook his head in wonder. This is unbelievable. Leary smiled warmly. You haven't seen anything yet. They led him through the main corridor. Guards bowed as he passed. The doors opened automatically for him. Lights followed his movement like he was royalty, because now he was. The Crown Sisters vow inside a spacious chamber with tall glowing columns. Leary stood before Sam. She raised her right hand, touching her chest, an ancient gesture of oath. Sam Walker, she said softly but powerfully. 10 years ago, you saved heirs who had no home. Mina placed her hand over her heart as well. And today, we give you a home among the stars. Leary continued, you will dine with us, travel with us, stand with us. No force in any galaxy will ever harm you while we live. Mina stepped forward, taking both of Sam's hands. You gave us life. Now let us give you a new one. Sam felt a deep warmth spread in his chest. For the first time, he felt like he belonged somewhere. Not just as a mechanic, not just as a human, but as someone important, someone loved. A new beginning. Leary smiled and gently touched his cuff. Welcome to the Royal House of Verithy, Sam Walker. Mina laughed joyfully and hugged him again. We missed you so much. Sam chuckled softly. I missed you too, more than I realized. The ship hummed, engines preparing to rise. Outside, the crowd watched in awe as the ramp began to lift. Sam took one last look at the colony below, then turned toward the two sisters waiting for him. A new life, a new family, a new destiny, all because he fed two starving girls a warm meal.